Hello wonderful people, welcome back to your channel. Today we're counting down the top 10 largest man-made non-nuclear explosions in history. These detonations reshaped landscapes, impacted countless lives, and altered wars. But what makes them unforgettable? Stick around as we explore these incredible events. Kicking off our list is the Beirut Explosion of 2020. When 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate detonated in the port of Beirut, Lebanon, the blast, with a force of 1,100 to 1,500 tons of TNT, devastated neighborhoods, killed over 200 people, and left more than 300,000 homeless. The shockwave was felt across the Mediterranean, causing billions in damage, making it one of the most catastrophic non-nuclear explosions in modern history. Next is the Bombay Explosion of 1944. A ship carrying explosives caught fire and detonated in the Victoria Dock of Bombay, now Mumbai, India. The blast, equivalent to 1,400 tons of TNT, caused widespread destruction, killing over 800 people and damaging buildings over a mile away. The explosion generated a tsunami-like wave in the harbor, adding to the devastation and making it one of the deadliest industrial disasters of the time. Sliding into number 8 is the Port Chicago disaster of 1944. During World War II, an explosion at the Port Chicago Naval Magazine in California, where ammunition was being loaded onto ships, resulted in a massive blast equivalent to 1,600 tons of TNT, killing 320 sailors and civilians. This event caused significant loss of life and led to the largest mutiny trial in U.S. naval history, drawing attention to racial inequalities faced by African American sailors. At number 7, we have the West Loch disaster in Hawaii, also in 1944. During World War II, an explosion in a staging area for the invasion of Saipan led to fires and detonations that sank 6 landing ship, tanks, and killed 163 men. The event, which released energy equivalent to 2,000 tons of TNT, was kept secret due to its proximity to Pearl Harbor. The disaster remained unknown for decades, only revealed long after the war, highlighting the high stakes of wartime secrecy. Taking the 6th spot is the OPA Explosion in Germany, 1921. At a chemical plant in OPA, workers attempted to break up a hardened mass of ammonium sulfate and ammonium nitrate with dynamite, a common practice at the time. The result? A catastrophic explosion that released energy comparable to 2,000 tons of TNT, destroying the plant, much of the surrounding town, and killing over 500 people. The sheer scale of the destruction left a crater 90 feet deep and 1,600 feet wide, forever altering the local landscape. At number 5 is the BSF Explosion, also in OPA, Germany, in 1921. This disaster occurred when a tower filled with ammonium nitrate and ammonium sulfate exploded at a BSF chemical plant. The blast, with a force equivalent to 2,000 tons of TNT, leveled the facility and killed around 600 people. The explosion was so powerful it was heard nearly 300 miles away, shaking the ground and leaving a lasting impact on the industry. Landing in 4th place is the Texas City disaster of 1940.
Flashing pieces of metal, white hot from the blast and the tearing, fell on the adjoining Republic refinery, setting oil tanks afire. This tank farm, which was adjacent to the dock area, contained a large number of tanks, part of which contained crude oil, part gasoline, and a few butane. The fire resulting from the ignition of this farm spread over a large area and destroyed a great deal of property. The nearby plant of the Monsanto Chemical Company echoed with an explosion, and fire swiftly spread through the plant. Although the fire did not spread into the town, the explosion caused severe damage to the residential and business sections of the city.
One of the deadliest industrial accidents in U.S. history. When a fire on the SS Grand Camp ignited its cargo of ammonium nitrate, the resulting explosion, with a force equivalent to 2,300 tons of TNT, obliterated the port and killed over 500 people. The blast was so intense it registered on seismographs as far away as Denver, Colorado, and sent a 15-foot wave across the Gulf of Mexico, compounding the devastation. Coming in at number 3 is the Halifax Explosion of 1917. When a French cargo ship loaded with explosives collided with the Norwegian vessel in Halifax Harbor, the result was an explosion with the energy of about 2,900 tons of TNT. This was the largest man-made explosion before the atomic age, leveling much of the city, killing nearly 2,000 people, and injuring thousands more. The force was so great that windows shattered 50 miles away, and a shockwave was felt across the Atlantic in Newfoundland, making it one of the most powerful non-nuclear explosions in history. Taking the second spot is the RAF F Explosion of 1944, the largest non-nuclear explosion in the UK. At a Royal Air Force munitions storage site in Staffordshire, a massive explosion occurred when over 4,000 tons of ammunition detonated. The blast, which had the energy of 4,000 tons of TNT, created a crater 400 feet deep and a quarter of a mile wide, destroying nearby villages and killing at least 70 people. The scale of the explosion left a scar on the landscape that remains visible even today. And finally, at number 1, we have the minor-scale explosion of 1985. Although this was a controlled explosion by the U.S. Defense Nuclear Agency, it ranks as the largest non-nuclear explosion ever recorded. The minor-scale test involved the detonation of 4,744 tons of ammonium nitrate and fuel oil, or ANFO, in White Sands Missile Range, New Mexico, with a force equivalent to 4,000 tons of TNT, nearly rivaling the energy of a small nuclear device. This test provided valuable data for the military, but also showcased the devastating potential of chemical explosives on a grand scale. And there you have it, the top 10 largest man-made non-nuclear explosions in history. These blasts remind us of the immense power unleashed by human error, war, and industrial accidents. If you found this countdown as jaw-dropping as we did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating content. Thanks for watching, and see you again.